right? You want your potential clients out there, you want your potential clients, customers, depending on your business, you want them to easily recognize what you do and to choose to hire you or to purchase your products, right? Or you want other entrepreneurs to know and pay attention to what you do. You want to carve out your space in your industry and you want to make your mark. You want, if you're a coach, you want other coaches to know what you do and to easily recognize what you do, right? You want to, essentially, you want to be remembered and you want to be known, right? So what do you do? So let's dive into this. Let's dive into this and let's identify the visibility keys to getting known. Hey everyone, in case you don't know who I am Dr. Renee. I am a brand strategist and designer, and I help entrepreneurs like you to stand out and attract their ideal, their soulmate clients, the ones who want to work with you and it's just a perfect match. That's what I help you do. I help them to fall in love with you, right? Build that relationship, that long-lasting relationship with your brand. So that's what we do. Okay, so what do you do if you want to be known? What do you do if you want to stand out and you're trying to build a memorable brand? Now, there are a couple of things that you need to take a look at. So let me break them down. And it all begins with your content, right? The whole saying that content is king is a saying for a reason, right? In all that you're doing to market your business, you're going to have some solid content, right? And that's going to be on all these social media platforms. It's going to be, if you're running advertisements, if you're creating your landing page or your website, you need content, right? And the content has to be everything that your ideal soulmate clients are looking for. So when you're working on your content, what you're doing is, number one, in order to be known, make sure that your content is pre-screening your client. So when I'm saying that make sure that when you're writing that information, that it's really speaking to the people who you want to serve, the people who you want to hire you or to purchase your products. It has to really make sense to them. And why I'm saying that is that you want to make sure that the content is building that relationship with the right people. The right people. So you're pre-screening, using your content, using your words, using your language to pre-screen and weed out the people who aren't the right fit for you. And that's what you want to do before you even hop on, let's say, a sales call. A lot of times the reason why the sales calls don't go so well, it's because you haven't pre-screened people through your content, or maybe you have been on the fence and by the time they've gotten on the call, they're not quite fully there. What you want to make sure you do is that you've lit them up, and by the time that they're on the phone with you, you're on the call, they're fired up and you're ready to work with you. Now it's just a conversation about where they're at and making sure absolutely that it's a fit. But your content should have already done the pre-screening for you. That's number one, and that's why you're going to be known, because the right people are going to pay attention and know you for what you do. So that's the first thing. The second thing you want to do with your content, because we're doing a little breakdown here on what you want to do to be known, is to just make sure that it's relevant. Okay, so make sure that when I'm saying it's relevant, it's real, it's raw, it's relatable to that ideal person who you want to work with, right? Because we can't work with everybody. Not everyone is the right fit for our services. Remember, keep that in mind, especially if you're out here and you're hunting and you're like, I need clients. You want clients, yes, but you want the right clients, because you want to make sure that when you're done working together, it's been such an amazing experience. Those people are now, going on and they're now advocating for you. They're backing you up. They've now, grown through your work. It was such the right fit that they got results. So make sure that backing it up, that your content is relevant to that ideal client, okay? And so we've got pre-screening them through your content. We've got making sure that it's relevant, it's real, raw, it's connecting with your ideal clients. And then the third thing you want to do is weave in storytelling. I love storytelling. Yes, I always keep telling you to have a brand story. storytelling slash story selling, if you want to call it that as well. It's one and the same. But basically what you're doing is you're pulling out your unique stories, your unique experiences out in the forefront and using that to stay in people's minds, using that to connect with your ideal clients. And this really works. Let me tell you, even this week, I don't know if you guys have seen this, if you're in some of the Facebook groups that I'm in, there's one person in particular, and here's the funny thing. I don't remember her name, but I remember her story and I remember her face, and I can easily find her because I just connected with her on Instagram and Facebook group. So I know who she is, and you know what, I will drop your name because you had such a great story. This will probably ring true or ring familiar for some of you guys who were on this thread, but she even talked about the story that she shared. First she shared the story, then gave a post about why, you know, her story had given her so many eyeballs on it, and how, you know, it was so amazing because she basically stood in her truth and told her what she's been through. And her story was just basically about how she was laid off, you know, and she walked you through, you know, being walked to the HR office, being laid off, and at the time she wasn't fully ready to start her business. She had only had, she said, but see, I remember the story. She had about $500 in her business with one client. And so she was not ready to lose her six-figure job, but she was able to transition and pick things up. Now, how do I remember that? Is because here she is painting the picture of what she's going through, and she's telling you she's a business coach, and this is what she's gone through, and she can help you to get through the same. So it's relevant, it's real, it's raw, it's memorable, and it's her real story that someone else can connect with and take away. So that's what you do when you're story selling. Do it. It works. Okay. The other thing you want to do, okay, so you have your content. Your content is, let me go back, you've pre-screened through your content, you've made sure that your content is relevant, you've weaved in storytelling, story selling, and the other thing you want to do to build a memorable brand that gets you known is your visual appeal. And when I'm saying about your visual appeal, I'm talking about, there's a lot of talk right now in our coaching space about pricing and how to price your services. You know, what's the right price? You know, you want to do premium, you want to next level your business and be a premium brand, you have to charge, you know, XYZ amount. And, you know, there's a lot of debate around this, and you probably have seen this. But I will tell you this, and I'm all for building a premium brand, you know, that's what I'm about. But in doing so, you don't have to look perfect. And what I'm saying that is, when you're doing your visuals, like your photos, your brand photo shoots, it's okay if you don't always have these amazing professional images. Believe it or not, the way in which things are turning right now is those real raw photos are very effective. They're very effective for your brand. It's very effective for being memorable. And why? Because in the Instagram world of it all, where in the last, you know, few years, we've had all these stylized professional photos. Now what we're seeing is the audience, and, you know, all of us here, you probably feel this yourself, is now, it's not resonating as much anymore. People are craving authenticity. And when I'm saying that, it means making sure that the photos tell your visual story. It could have been shot by your iPhone or your Android. You know, it doesn't have to be like a professional shoot. It just has to be a shoot that highlights you, and it feels like someone could connect to it. It feels real. What does feel real mean? Yeah, what is that? It means that you're seeing the person, the coach, the business owner in their authentic life, in their life, their lifestyle. You know, it seems like a friend shared this photo with you. No, it doesn't mean that you put out there something that's, if we're going to get technical, the lighting isn't good and, you know, it's TMI. You don't have to be like that. It just has to be a photo that's more relatable. You're telling the visual story with your images. So if you've been sweating buckets thinking that now I have to hire a super expensive photographer for my brand photo shoots, you actually don't need to still have a premium brand, right? You don't need to dish out that many bucks, not necessarily at this point in time, in order for you to be known, okay? So do mix in some of the real images. It's getting a lot more engagement on platforms like Instagram. That is taking place right now, and even if you're sharing it somewhere like here on Facebook, it still works, okay? And even on YouTube too, if you're thinking about your YouTube thumbnails, and we can address that in another video, but even with that, that's still effective as well. A little tip for you. So if you are ready, you're ready right now. You're ready to build a brand that's relevant, it's appealing, it is helping you to become known in your space, helping you to become known by potential clients. You're basically amplifying your brand presence. Then make sure that your content is relevant. Make sure that it's pre-screening your clients. Make sure that it is telling stories, selling for you. In terms of your visuals, make sure that they are premium. And when I'm saying premium, I'm saying that they're real, they're raw, they're relatable, and they're telling your visual story so that your potential clients know what the experience is when they're getting coached by you, and your peers in your space also become familiar with who you are as a coach. They start to pick up on getting to know you. Got it? That's how you become known. All right? So a couple of things to become known. So if you do need further assistance with this, right? You're still trying to wrap your head around, okay, where am I right now in my business? I'm either trying to next level my business, or I just got into this space. I'm brand new. I just formed my business. And I now need a little help. I need some hand-holding here. What do I need to do? Then book a call with me. The link, I will leave that below, and you can, let's talk about your goals. Let's talk about the goals within your business, and we'll identify some of the issues here that are going on. And then from there, we'll see, if my one-on-one coaching is ideal for you, all right? But if you've watched this, it should have already pre-screened whether or not you know if you're the right fit and if we would be a good fit for coaching. Okay. So if this was helpful for you, then do like this, leave a comment, share this information, share and like, don't hold it to yourself, share it with your biz bestie, and then if you're watching this on YouTube, then subscribe to this channel, all right? And if this is on Facebook, then just like it. All right. I will talk to you guys in a little bit. Take care. Bye.